You like having sex, we all like having sex. But here's the real question. What kind of sex are Americans actually into? Hi, I'm Dr. Narita, a board-certified urologist with 12 years of experience helping men protect their prostate, improve performance, and feel confident in their sexual health. And today, I'm breaking down the top 10 sexual activities Americans are into based on one of the largest nationally representative studies ever done on this subject. Now, before we get started, let me ask you, where are you watching from? Drop it in the comments. I love seeing this community come together from all over the world. And while you're there, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and hit that bell icon because we've got a lot more frank, honest, and supportive men's health content coming your way. And trust me, number 9 and number 10 on this list are going to shock you. Here's something I want you to remember right up front. There's no single normal way to express your sexuality. Too often, men come into my office worried. Is it normal that I like this? Is it strange that my partner asked for that? Am I the only one who does this? And the truth is, sexuality is as diverse as fingerprints. What feels intimate, exciting, or pleasurable to you may be different from your neighbor, your coworker, or your brother-in-law, and that's okay. This study shows us one big takeaway. You are not as unusual as you might think. Millions of people are exploring, experimenting, and enjoying a wide range of activities, most of them perfectly healthy, normal, and common. So, where does this information come from? Researchers surveyed over 2,000 American adults, 975 men, just over 1,000 women across every age group, ethnicity, and background. The survey was confidential, giving people the freedom to answer honestly about what they've actually done, what they enjoy, and what they fantasize about. And while the majority of participants, 91%, identified as heterosexual, this still gives us a fascinating snapshot of what Americans are really into. So, let's dive into it. The top 10 sexual activities in America today. Number 1, vaginal intercourse. Not shocking, right? This is by far the most common activity, with 88% of men and 91% of women reporting regular vaginal sex when they have a partner. Biologically, this makes sense. It's the most straightforward way to reproduce, and it's also the foundation of intimacy for many couples. Emotionally, it represents connection, closeness, and trust. Practically, it's what most couples default to. But the fact that it's expected doesn't mean it has to get boring. Position changes, open communication, and prioritizing mutual pleasure can keep this core activity fresh and fulfilling. Number 2, masturbation. Now, here's one that always makes people nervous to talk about, but let's be honest, over 80% of men and women do it. In fact, in the last month alone, 64% of men and 41% of women admitted to masturbating. Biologically, masturbation helps regulate hormones, improves prostate health, and keeps erectile function sharp. Emotionally, it reduces stress and helps you stay in touch with what feels good for your body. Practically, it's private, accessible, and requires no partner. As long as it's not interfering with your relationships or daily life, it's completely normal and in many ways beneficial. Number 3, oral sex. Giving and receiving both are extremely common, with more than 80% of Americans engaging in oral sex at some point. Here's the catch. STIs can still be transmitted orally. Herpes, HPV, gonorrhea, syphilis. So, from a urologist's perspective, protection matters. Condoms or dental dams aren't glamorous, but they're effective. The bigger picture. Oral sex is often seen as a sign of generosity and intimacy. Partners learning to please one another beyond the basics. Number 4, watching pornography. Controversial, absolutely. Common, even more so. 82% of men and 60% of women report watching porn. Biologically, occasional porn use can enhance arousal, but in excess, it rewires the brain's reward system, leading to decreased sensitivity and potential erectile dysfunction. Emotionally, it can create unrealistic expectations. Practically, moderation is the key. Porn is not real life. It's entertainment. Healthy intimacy requires communication, patience, and presence, not performance. Number 5, wearing sexy lingerie or underwear. This one might surprise you. about 75% of women and even 26% of men admit they've chosen lingerie or special underwear for a partner. Why? Because anticipation is powerful. Biologically, when you see your partner making an effort, your brain releases dopamine, the reward chemical. Emotionally, it's about saying you're worth the effort. Practically, it's such a simple way to inject novelty and excitement into long-term relationships. Number 6, sexing or sending nude photos. This is where things get risky. 65% of men and 54% of women admit to sending or receiving nude or semi-nude photos. Biologically, it taps into the excitement of anticipation. Emotionally, it can feel thrilling, secretive, and intimate. Practically, it's risky. Phones get hacked, relationships end, and images can resurface years later. If you engage, protect yourself. Avoid showing your face. Only share with someone you deeply trust. And remember, you lose control once you hit send. Number 7, reading erotic stories. More than 57% of Americans have done this, with women leaning more toward erotic literature, while men tend to prefer videos. Biologically, arousal isn't just visual, it's mental. Emotionally, it allows for safe exploration of fantasies. Practically, this can be a great couples activity. Reading together, sharing what excites you, and using that as a springboard for real intimacy. Number 8, public sex. Now, we're getting into the surprising territory. About 43% of people admit to having sex in a public place at least once. Biologically, the adrenaline rush heightens arousal. Emotionally, it's the thrill of the forbidden. Practically, it's illegal in most places, and being caught can have lifelong legal consequences. So weigh the risk carefully. Number 9, anal sex. Yes, this one is far more common than most people think. 43% of men and 30% of women report engaging in anal sex. Biologically, the anal region is full of nerve endings. For men, it can stimulate the prostate. For women, it's close to other sensitive areas. Emotionally, it can carry stigma, but for many, it's an expression of trust and exploration. Practically, it requires preparation, plenty of lubrication, slow pace, and absolute communication to avoid injury or infection. Number 10, spanking. Here's the shocker. About 30% of Americans admit to spanking or being spanked during sex. Biologically, mild pain and pleasure both activate similar brain pathways, releasing endorphins that heighten arousal. Emotionally, it can be playful, kinky, or deeply intimate depending on the couple. Practically, it's safe as long as it's consensual. Agree on boundaries, safe words, and comfort levels. So, what does all this mean for you? Talk openly with your partner. Curiosity and communication build trust. Prioritize safety, whether it's STI protection, digital caution, or physical preparation. Respect your health. Explore slowly. Novelty can be exciting, but it's most rewarding when approached with patience and care. I want you to hear this clearly. There is nothing strange about you. If you've tried some of these activities, normal. If you've never tried them, also normal. If you're curious but hesitant, that's okay too. Your sexuality is valid, and your desires are part of being human. Age doesn't mean shutting the door on passion, intimacy, or exploration. In fact, some of the happiest couples I see in my practice are the ones who keep curiosity alive, whether that's with lingerie, storytelling, or simply a deeper kiss. So, here's my challenge to you. Talk to your partner tonight. Ask what excites them. Share what excites you. And remember, it's not about doing everything on this list. It's about creating intimacy that makes you both feel alive. If you found this video eye-opening, hit that like button, subscribe, and share it with someone who'd enjoy a little reassurance that they're not alone. I'm Dr. Narita, reminding you your age does not define your vitality. Small changes can spark big transformations in your health, your confidence, and your intimacy. See you in the next